Hello, dear student. We have started 8 number chapter that deals with electricity and power supplies. Now, here we are going to learn which are the different components of basic electricity. Then we will learn what is an AC current, DC current. Along with that, we will learn how exactly the power supply given to our computer system to the motherboard. So electricity, this is an revision. You have learned this concept in fundamentals of electricity. Even some of this concept you have learned in the physics also. So what is an electricity? Electricity, it is a powering technology, and you can see everywhere devices, electronic devices, whatever we are using, all these are running with the help of the electricity. If there is no power, you cannot do anything. You want to start your computer, you require a power. You want to use your mobile phones, you required first of all you have to charge your mobile, then you can use your mobile. So this is just simple example that in day to day life, if there is a power, then we can live. Currently we can see that one. uh, so it's having very much importance in our day to day life. So what is in this electricity? Electricity, it is a flow of electric charge. So it is flowing, this some electric charge, it is flowing. So these electron, there are components as an electrons, protons, neutrons. So if electrons carrying the charge flowing, then there will be the negative charge, and if the protons are flowing, then it will be carrying the positive charge. Now, what is this electron, proton? These uh, physics that everything it is made up of atoms, and this atom, you can say it is a having components of the electron proton. So if you are saying that you are having a negative energy, then you are having this electron items are larger than this proton items, and if you are carrying with the protons, uh, then there will be the positive energy, positive charge. So this is about the electricity. Along with that, there are some components, major factors of the electricity, that there with the current, then voltage, and the power and the resistance. These are interrelated to the each other. So current means actually it is a rate of flow of change when it carries that particular charge throughout that particular carrier throughout the medium. So medium means you can consider physical medium of cable. Throughout that you are carrying the particular uh, charge, that may be a positive charge, that may be a negative charge. So it will decide that at what range, at what rate that flow of charge is carrying out. That is nothing but a current. Now this current is defined by I, and its measurement, it is, you know, that it is in amperes, and it's one of the formulas delta q divided by delta t, where delta t decides this time, and q will be that passes the point in the certain time throughout that particular medium. The next component is the voltage. So it is an actually the potential difference. It's a that is a measure of energy transfer per charge, and its formula is energy divided by charge q, that is a E divided by q. So it defines the difference in that energy. Third one component, it's about the power. So power will decide the rate of energy transfer, and it is normally measured in the watts. So its formula is that, you can see here, power is equal to I into V, and it can be calculated by substituting this ET. Then you can get with the resistance, you can see P is equal to V square divided by R. P is equal to I square into R. So if the resistance, that we are going to see the next point, resistance is minimum, then your power is a high power. And resistance is, see here, if it is large, then the power component will be the small component. So here resistance, you can see that it resists to the flow of that current. So it will deny the flow of that current. That is nothing but a resistance. Now, why do we need a resistance? Now it depends that how much current supply you require for a particular component. If some components require high power voltage, high power supply, then there should be a low resistance. And if suppose your system it is required low power supply, then in that case, low current flow, then in that case it should have the high resistance. So there are different components available, that these are having high resistance and these are having the low resistance. So conductors are carrying very low resistance, and it is actually used to carry high current supply. For example, silver, copper, gold, aluminum, it is carrying a high current. And insulators, it will be just like a high power, high resistance capability. So it will restrict the flow of that electrons, flow of that charge. Example is wood, plastic, glass, paper, rubber. So when we want to stop the flow of current, then we have some resistance, we should restrict it, and that resistance will be in the form of such kind of materials. Now these materials are, it is required when you, there is, suppose we feel that there is some there can be chances of shock, or so to save from that we can use such materials that everyone know about. So this is a resistance, that high resistance will carry the low current flow, and if the low resistance is there, then carry the high current flow. So it is in a reverse of each other, inversely proportional to each other. Now, these are some basic components. Already I have shared yesterday some videos, YouTube videos about it. So just go through this concept in detail. And now, according to that, there are the AC and the DC current. Sorry for interrupt. Now, the next point, it is about the AC and DC current. AC current, now here we will see alternating current, and DC, it is a direct current. So direct current, its the name is indicating that it flows in one direction, and it is constant flow, constant voltage or the constant current supply will be given over here. Now for electronics components which require this constant supply of power, will be using this DC current, direct current. So here electricity or the charge, it is flowing in only a single direction, in a one direction. So here you can see these arrows in a red color in this diagram, circuit diagram. It is flowing to this right side. So this is in a one direction, it is flowing from positive towards the negative direction. Now, which are the applications where this DC current it is used? It is used in the batteries, in the electronic components, uh, then electronics components such as the radios, computers, mobile phones, which require the direct current supply, the constant current supply. Then some electrical equipments also, for example, uses AC. It is also using a direct current. Solar panels, which are generating the electricity. So that will be in the form of the DC. So just you have seen this diagram, that how exactly it is flowing. Next one, it is about alternating current, AC current. Now this AC current, its name is showing alternating. So first of all, it will flow into one direction, and then after it will flow into another direction. This diagram, just look into this diagram. This y-axis is showing a current, and x-axis it is about a time. And you can see this is a sine wave, sinusoidal wave. And here in this sine wave, first see these waveform, it is carrying a charge towards the right side, and after the second sine wave, it is carrying the charge towards the left side. So in this way, the current it is flowing in the different directions as your the waveform changes. So this one, above this one is a positive, and this one it is of the negative energy, negative electrical energy. So here in this example, sine wave is used, but it is not compulsory that you should use a sine wave only. You can use a cosine wave also. So different waveforms are available to carry this alternating current. Now, where exactly this alternating current is used, and which are the different parameters? There are the two main points. The parameters are required for that. Hmm. Now, these parameters, one, it is about the frequency, and second, it is about the time. Now, alternating current applications are just like Mainly it is used in the power distribution. So wherever you require the high current voltage, then this there will be the AC used, alternating current will be used. So this actually advantage is that it can be easily converted into the other voltages and using the simple transformer, which is not possible with the direct current. That's why alternating current is used. So you have seen such grids and the power transmitters, and through this line, high voltage supply is used. So it is a risky one, but at this level, that there is a low level risk, or you can say that uh, it can be used only for the transmission from end to end. And once it reaches to your home or to any offices, then it will be converted to the direct current and with the help of the power supply. Now, this is the difference between AC and the DC. DC means for the small devices which require a constant flow. Here we are going to use a DC, direct current. And so for the high voltages we require to transmit the data and which cost minimum, then in that case alternating current will be used. Now, the next point, it is about the concept of hot, neutral, and ground. So you can see there are the three cables. You can see one, two are covered with cases, and one it is a bare conductor. So according to that, it is divided into three types. One is a hot, second one is a neutral, and third one it is of the ground. So hot, it is a black wire. It is called as a hot wire, and it provides 120 volt of AC current source. So this is black wire, it is a hot wire, and this is carrying a 120 volt of energy and current supply, and then with this AC alternating current. Neutral wire, it provides a return path from the current provided by the hot wire, and it is connected to the earth ground. In third wire, you can see, so this is a neutral white color, and third one bare wire, and this is also called as a ground wire. So like the neutral wire, this ground wire, it is also connected to the earth ground, but both are used for the different purposes. So this metal, it is directly connected to the ground, so it will eliminate, or it will prevent us from the shock hazards. So in case of any possibility of shock, or any possibility that there may be the fuses may not working properly, so in that case it will directly flow the current, same that path current to directly to the ground, and it may eliminates the shock. So that is the use of actually the ground. And these neutral wires, it is having with, or it will be used for the carrying your current supply. So this is about the NMB wire, and it is having these three components. So in your electronic circuit, we should understand these three concepts of this hot, neutral, and the ground. So here, how exactly it works: ground, it gives the supplies to the ground, and this is a neutral, and this is a hot one. Now in next video, we will see the next point, EST, EMI, and power supply, and then EST and EMI, and then how exactly it is connected to system board, to our computer. Now we will stop here, and thank you.